1,000 words. As you listen, envision my description of a word that paints 1,000 pictures. Ground-shaking combinations of letter that register on the Richter like freedom. The type indigenous hands, bloody from neck slash responses to primal stands. Imagine the aroma so sweet. A family in endless feasts before the daily feat became competing to outrun war and famine. The kind that inspired the fire of Tuskegee pilots. The kind Roseville residents wish they had built the day before the riots. The word was mercy. The kind nooses pillaged. The kind hidden in redacted scriptures and was nowhere to be found in Seneca Village. The kind silently begged for when police saw threats in open palms and exposed chests. The kind that eludes childhood abuse victims because paying attention was a ticket too high for their parents to invest. The kind that raped slaves prayed their bastard kids were fine. The kind that made husbands sold off believed their families would be reunited in time. The word was unity. When pikes held skulls of beheaded slaves to warn of the dangers of demanding change. When stories of Greenwood shocked our ignorant brains and stunned our ears. When similar tales from coast to coast only confirmed our worst fears. When movements of civility planted hope and new breath, only to end and root in the next phase of oppression and death. Speaking passionately from balconies wasn't a mark of their heart, it was a target on their chest, so yes. If murals illustrate 1,000 thoughts, then let's walk. Through the universe incepted when history truly defines our words, let's talk. The word was abolition. Oil on canvas depict landscapes fertile with malice and greed. Seeking reprieve from legalese that politically left this country masquerading disenfranchisement as destiny. Ending muzzles on jaws broken as punishments for having the audacity to believe in sovereignty. No longer settling for overseers, creatively tattooing the backs of blacks who dreamed of self-sufficiency. When the truth of these atrocities is being mocked by adults and hidden in books, then banned from the seas, let the words paint 1,000 pictures that arrest your days and suspend your sleep. The word is history. In it, our soul sees masterpieces of peaceless times, curled into a body of a snake. Because though it's wise to learn, it's often our misunderstanding of cycles that bind. The word was chains, perpetual symbols of heritage and change, representative of everything it took for us to live as we do, but also of our future if we don't understand the past and its clues. Every story started anew has a place on this tapestry, and the only prerequisite is truth. The word was power. Trapped in the people behind the safe of banned books and broken schools. The educated bear the burden of rehabilitating broken rules. So if you raise up your chains, discipline your spirit, as I raise this hammer of resistance, breaking the shackles as I nail in change. The word was cooperation. The word was revolution. The word was truth. The word was love. The word is art.
What's the state of your mental health? Does it equate to poverty or wealth? Who can you depend on when you need help? Real friends, or you depend on yourself? Nobody else, like Tuffet, trying to make it public. While slowly going insane. Ever wondered if you stay the same if nobody knew your name? Hard work, no fun. Soul tired, mind numb. What's the state of your mental health? Do you isolate because you don't want to look fake, holding everything together while your soul starts to shake? Smiling for the world while carrying heartbreak, trying to escape. Have you ever gave a voice to the voiceless? Or been haunted or penalized by past choices? Prescribed Seroquel because you heard voices. One pill for depression, another one for sleep. Side effects got me dehydrated, exhausted by the heat. What's the state of your mental health? Does ComCare or Cedric County really care? I double dog dare you to reach out while you having an episode. They strip you of your clothes. Throw you in a paper gown, tell you to calm down while your whole world breaking down. Cold walls, bright lights. People screaming through the night. Some people shoot guns, others drugs in their vein. No need to mention names. Mass incarceration is population control. We survived the trauma, but we still got holes in our soul. Black men often labeled violent due to miseducation. Because we refuse to remain silent, we rebel against the suffocation. Pain makes us want to fight. That's why we walk by faith and not by sight. What's the state of your mental health? Alignment off, but still trying to stay on track. Used to smoke PCP, never been one to dabble with crack. Seen too many people overtaken by addiction, but fell victim to the way the handle glistened. Life spinning sideways, like a tire out of alignment. Been through so much pressure, my tread is wearing thin. Check engine light on, but I still keep rolling on rubber. Keep the master craft, I buy Pirellis. Hardly pay attention to what people try to sell me. Is it the fentanyl epidemic, paranoia, or PTSD? Won't let you get too close to me. Sometimes I stop everything just to share at the sky and unwind. Because precious moments in this life is starting hard to find. What's the state of your mental health? Intelligence without peace. Feel like a prison sentence. Solitary confinement. Help me write novels. My trilogy coming soon. I'm made in the image of the one who created the stars and the moon. What's the state of your mental health? What do you expect when we learn survival, yet we never truly heal? Notice the scars. Some of us got released physically while mentally still behind bars. Trauma handcuffed my thoughts. Reminds me of them days in the concrete jungle, looking out the box when I was reaching out to my uncle. Because he always told me I was a mastermind. But around here, people say I'm out my mind. Guess it's a thin line. Just ask Albert Einstein.
Okay.
This one I wrote to go with my shirt, would it be a mental health month, and some people, they're barely holding on, but you never know it, you know, they're barely making it, some of them, you know, it really touched me when this 11-year-old committed suicide. Like, man, what's the world coming to when an 11-year-old want to commit suicide? They say pressure creates diamonds, but pressure also busts pipes. So before I blow a gasket, I take time to write. The light at the end of the tunnel starting to get blurred. Short-time memory loss, feel like I forgot what I was fighting for. I've been through a lot here lately. I've been real close to the edge. But when I look back, man, I'm just thankful I ain't dead. Real talk, plenty of times I could have died, and I know I'm not a cat. I ain't got 9 lives. Sometimes I don't even feel blame for wanting to overdose, being overly paranoid of who we let close. Some will put a knife in the artery and begin to cut. Lost hope, lost dreams make you just give up. Poetry can make us laugh and it can make us grieve. Like George Floyd, sometimes we feel like we can't breathe. However, don't check out, stay, you still matter. Turn a few pages, we'll be in another chapter. Pain don't last forever. Even storms eventually scatter. Keep seeking God, not the things you're running after. 44 years old, I'm still trying to figure it out. Lord, help me with my doubt. I know you are real. However, sometimes I feel trapped inside a hamster reel. Making all this motion, but running in place. Fast life, fast pace. Meanwhile, the theatrics oversaturated. Everybody got opinions, most often exaggerated. Want to cast stones, but don't even know my side of the story? Is it natural for me to be worried? Black man under pressure, about to lose my mind. According to statistics, most struggles end with another headline. Thank God for the community voice. As a journalist, I combat the stigma, trying to heal the pain while trapped in the system. On my way to work this morning, the rain dripping on the glass, devil got a wife, he's whipping that. I thank God for opportunity, for every door that stayed open. When life tried to hurt me, I kept grinding, praying, hoping, even giving relationship advice. but my own heart was still hurting. One thing for certain, advice be true, trying to help people survive while surviving too. You deserve to be seen as well as heard, even when you're getting on my very last nerve. So I thought I'd write this and tell you, don't check out, stay, you still matter. Turn a few pages, we'll be in another chapter. Sometimes God slows us down to remind us that we still matter, even without all those things we've been running after. So I seek his faith, move in faith, and thank God for his grace. Because honestly, without it, I probably would have broke down under all this weight. So if you tired, stay. If you're hurting, stay. If you feel lost, stay. If you're on the verge, stay, because you still matter. And one more. It's my Oasis. I was all alone, treading through valleys and mountains. I had saw so many vultures, I had stopped counting. I was on the verge of dying from thirst, or the heat of the sun, whichever came first. So I was walking with extreme caution. My body was threatening to shut down due to exhaustion. I was delirious, beginning to get weak. My body was going numb. I couldn't even feel my feet. I was about to just give up and close my eyes. I had lost my drive, but then to my surprise, I heard a soft voice saying, keep going and everything will be okay. At that moment, miraculously, I regained hope. It was like you resuscitated my body, like mouth to mouth and hope to hope. It was then I realized that your love was contagious because you quenched my thirst and you became my oasis.
Alrighty, so this piece is called Beauty in My Blood. My blood learned struggle before I learned words. Tiny crescents floating through veins like moons that refuse to be full. Before I was able to understand, pain visited often, uninvited, unapologetic, teaching my body lessons most hearts never have to hear. There were days my bones felt like they were remembering storms. Storms that were older than me, passed down from my ancestors, carrying through my mother and father who never knew, but then had me. Days when breathing felt heavy, when my body whispered, slow down, and the world kept shouting, run. But somewhere between the hospital rooms, hip replacements, surgeries, and sleepless nights in my own bedroom, and the quiet prayers at night, I discovered something sacred. Every ache carved patience. Every crisis taught my spirit how to rise. Pain was not the end of my story. It was the soil. And from that soil, something beautiful began to grow. Strength rooted itself in my spirit. Grace stretched through my scars. Resilience learned how to bloom right in the middle of struggle. What tried to break me, built me. What tried to silence me, gave my voice purpose. Because this life inside of me is more than a diagnosis, more than red cells shaped differently, more than the nights I had to fight just to rest. It's a testimony. I turn my pain into poetry, my tears into wisdom, my battles into blessings. Now my spirit overflows with the beauty that suffering could never steal. Because even with sickle cell flowing through my blood, so does power, so does purpose, so does a blessing that keeps overflowing within me. I am me, sunshine. Thank you.
This is for my future wife. Her 4-inch heels cracked across my hardwood floor. Paced like the clock was a metronome and life was our beat. Each step echoing her arrival like marching bands. Jasmine, shea butter, coconut oil creating an aroma of 1,000 wishes that arrest the wind. incarcerate my nose. I feel it boa constrict my chest. The alchemy of anticipation rests like candy fruit on my tongue. Each moment is so sweet, gives me a rush. Even when it left me crushed, it painted my future with promises of amber, and orange, and fuchsia like the sunset. I meant rise. Her frequency washed over my intentions like waves crashing with all its power and might, only to say I love you. I'm sucked in by the riptide, careening without control into her depression, drowning in her desires, resurrected by her voice like the ballad of Lazarus, laying lazily at the edge of her consciousness. I'm not dead. I only wanted to linger a bit longer. Wouldn't you want each touch of his crushed velvet caresses, soft like her nurturing spirit? I'm held closer than suckling newborns, until the heat from her breath erects the hairs on the back of my neck. Cool sweat covers the collar of my coat. It coats the inside of my palms. She's the wisdom in my proverbs and the melodies of my psalms. For that alone, I pray my ambitions and enthusiasm will be her alarm, waking each day with love and affection, safety, fun, empowerment, and protection. Because anything you love, you sacrifice for. So I planted a seed to prove I'd sacrifice more. Consistent like a time signature framing a beat. All 5 senses confirm that she is the one for me.
I don't remember, but I feel it. I don't remember, but I feel it. I don't remember, but I feel it. I wake up to him hovering above me. What happened last night? I ask the man I barely know. Nothing, he says simply, as if I'm supposed to remember. My room begins to tilt. My head pounds as I search for the answers. I don't remember, but I see the glasses. I don't remember, but I smell it. I don't remember, but I feel the pain as I move. When are you leaving? I ask as my bedroom walls turn gray and my room becomes his. As he pulls out a little baggie, he states, "Figured we could go again." My eyes focus to the baggie as I search for words to make him leave. Work. I have to go to work soon, so you'll have to go. His breathing begins to deepen, angrily. As I make it down the stairs, he follows closely behind. I don't remember, but I feel it. I don't remember, but I feel it. I don't remember, but I feel it. Rushing out the front door like I was leaving right then, I stepped outside. Have a good day. I get it out with a stutter as I shove the door closed. Locking the door once doesn't work. Twice, 3 times 4, it doesn't work. I go upstairs for clothes, not for work. Just get out of here. As the hour passes, I feel myself wanting more. I had never done anything before. My body pants as if I need something I cannot provide. I lock the doors, not once, not twice, but 4. My heart races as I look around my gray room, the room I had just made mine. I run down the stairs to relock the door. I don't remember, but I feel it. I don't remember, but I feel it. I don't remember, but I feel it. Hey, he texts. I don't remember, but I feel it. I reply. So this is a new one, and I'm gonna be honest. It's probably gonna be a little bit hard to get through. So here we go. New stuff.
Let's go.
This is called I Love You So Much That I Won't Have You. When everything happened, it was like my body held it. As if my lungs couldn't scream, so my joints did. Like my body knew I couldn't fight, but it knew how to knock out. Compressing, caving, and conquering. As I grew tall, my body became weaker. My muscles shrank, yet were sore. Every outlet I once knew vanished. No one ever came to my door. At one point, I'd hear whispers, but I couldn't reply anymore. The test became monthly, and then weekly, and daily, until I became the test. Shrinking into myself. So when I say I can't, don't tell me I can or I could, or that you were told that you can't but that you did. Don't tell me to just try or tell me not to give up because sometimes they're wrong. Don't tell me that it's possible. Don't tell me fucking shit you don't understand. You don't know what it's like watching your mom go in and out of hospitals, wondering if she's going to make it to the next hour, let alone the next day. You don't understand what it's like to be in pain when you're not even 10 years old and not know why it hurts. And it hurts so bad, but no one seems to be able to tell you what's wrong. You don't understand what it's like just waiting for your family members to get diagnosed too. You don't know what it's like for your body to actively be trying to kill you, and I don't want you to. I don't want anyone to ever understand what this is like. And I understand sometimes they're healthy, and sometimes everything goes well. But sometimes they're not. And the kid becomes the test.
Wow.
Okay, this is my last one. This is called 13. At 13, she learned what a dick looked like. At 44, he learned what 7 years of probation meant. At 14, she learned the word rape. At 45, he learned about a new dating website. At 15, she learned how to keep her head down. At 46, he learned that he could leave the state with a family member. At 16, she learned that it was her fault. At 47, he learned that pregnancy is expensive. At 17, she learned that she still couldn't go past first base with her boyfriend of almost 2 years. At 48, he learned that when you fill out paperwork for the hospital for the pregnant person, you must write their age. At 18, she learned that guys get what they want, or they leave. At 49, he learned that he was off of probation. At 19, she learned that her first time was really when she was 4. At 50, he did it to his own children. At 20, she learned what 7 shots of whiskey and 51 pills doesn't hurt as much as being 13.
It has come to my attention that I'm black.
Oh.
And truth be told, I'm hella black. And when I say that, I'm talking about the culture, the code, the whole experience. I'm so black. Murray's pomade, blue magic, and hot combs was the ritual each night before Easter Sunday.
Come on.
That's black is black right there.
So black. When going to church, we went to Bible study,
Yeah.
Sunday school,
Yeah.
morning worship, noonday service, evening service, choir rehearsal, and youth service. So black. I was never one of my parents' little friends. I ate what was cooked or I didn't eat at all, and I stayed in a child's place, one time. I woke up white in the middle of next week.
No.
I don't remember much about the altercation. I probably was talking back, but I don't remember much. But I do know 2 things are for certain. 1, you always got the best sleep after a good ass whooping.
Give us something to help you sleep.
Yes. And 2, somehow the food always tasted better after a good ass whooping. When I was 12, I overheard a conversation my father was having with my brother. He was 8 at the time, tall for his age and looked older than what he was. He said, "Your black skin is perceived as a weapon, and it's up to you to disarm yourself, make no sudden moves. Both hands on the steering wheel and do as they say." When I was 17, I got a taste of freedom. 2 friends and I went riding on the town. Laughter filled the vehicle before flashing red and blue. My heart stuttered, and I questioned, why was I nervous when I hadn't committed a crime? My life flashed brighter than the flashlight he shines in my car, and instantly Time stopped because I couldn't remember the procedure when you have a gun to your head. The passenger pulled out of the car and threw to the graveyard. I meant ground, mere moments away from becoming a ghost to the pavement. The other, pinned to the hood of the car, I whispered, no sudden moves. Hands out in front of you and do as they say, hoping to communicate the code to them, both telepathically praying. I didn't become a witness to a black boy being turned into chalk drawings, and the wildest part is, I still don't know why we got pulled over.
That part.
Just black bodies in a car, treated like a crime scene. And that's when it hit me. The talk my father gave my brother about disarming yourself was never a shield. Never a spell strong enough to make them see a child instead of a threat, because the truth is, there ain't no way to disarm yourself when your skin is the thing they fear. And that's the part nobody wants to say out loud. That being black is being a weapon they imagine. The black experience is not knowing what you did, only that it could have ended differently for no reason at all. How y'all doing? I missed y'all.
We miss you too.
I really missed you. I was thinking about you. I was thinking about you. Yeah, and true story, true story.
On the other side. Thank you.
You are fine, you are fine. No problem at all. Shout out to Top Poet.
Yeah.
Thank you for blessing us on the mental health tip. Yeah. And if it's all right with you, I'm kind of ride along. My boss says I'm resilient. Like I'm some kind of cast iron skillet seasoned by struggle, expected to withstand the heat without ever cracking my siblings. Now they call me strong. Like I'm Sunday roast. Slow cooked, tender, but only after being seared, wrapped tight, and left to simmer in silence. My friend says I'm always there. Like I'm potluck mac and cheese, comforting, familiar, still expected to show up warm when I'm running on empty, and my therapist says that I'm depressed. And I so badly wanted to laugh and respond now. That's white people shit. Mind you, my therapist is a middle-aged white woman. But instead, I gave her a chuckle and said, I ain't got time to be depressed. I already have too much on my plate, and mama said, never let your eyes get bigger than your appetite, and I'm afraid I've already bit off more than I could chew. See, wife and mother, be steak and potatoes of this meal smothered in aspirations of wanting to be a phenomenal woman in this gravy. This gravy, it comes from scratch. Not that just add water that comes from the pack. You take all the ingredients and attentiveness it needs to make sure the roux don't burn, and I've learned that rest don't come easy when the kitchen's always hot and the table's set for everyone but you. I've learned that depression don't look like silence. It looks like burnt rice. Like forgetting the cornbread in the oven because your mom was somewhere between balancing the bills and the baby's fever. It looks like eating last. Like scraping the pan for joy and calling it resilience. It looks like smiling through the salt because mama said, don't you dare waste food or feelings, so I play my pain pretty. I garnish it with gratitude, serve it with the side of, I'm fine. But some days, I want to flip the table. Let the dishes crash like my spirit and say, I am tired, I am tender, I am worthy of softness even if I never learned how to ask for it. Some days, I want to be the paper plate, cheap, collapsible, no expectation to hold the whole meal, but I keep showing up ceramic, cracked but still catching the drips, still passing the peas, still asking is everyone full while I'm starving for softness, and Lord knows that I've been taught to season my suffering, to make it palatable, to serve it with a smile and a slice of sweet potato pie, but I'm tired. I'm tired of being the main course in the cleanup crew. Tired of being told that sadness is a luxury I can't afford because it's gravy. This gravy comes from scratch. It's the slow stir of survival. The flour of faith, the fat of fatigue. It's the salt of sacrifice. It don't come easy, and it damn sure don't come free. You gotta stand over it. Watch it close. Know when to turn the heat down before it scorches your spirit. And I've learned, if I'm gonna feed everybody, I better learn to taste it too. My therapist tells me that I'm depressed. And I almost laugh like, girl, who has time for that when you were raised to swallow a hoe? Sadness don't fit on my schedule. Grief don't clock in and out. And rest is something I keep needing to get after the dishes, after the dreams, after everybody else gets theirs. Truth is, Black women been taught to wear strength like an apron, tied tight, passed down like a family recipe. We show up in the kitchen even when our knees are buckling, when the pot is empty, when the heat been on too long. We stir this gravy from scratch with hands that ain't been held, hearts that ain't been heard, and still we serve it with a smile and a slice of I'm fine. So yeah, maybe I am depressed, but I'm also tired and trying and learning to sit down before I fall down, and maybe, just maybe that's enough for today. This is my last piece, y'all. And I'm gonna be a little corny.
That's okay.
Right. So as he said, we're getting married in August.
You know I love you. I'm excited.
It's okay because I love you and everything that goes with it. This poem is called Shoot My Shot. Right. Stop laughing because he already know what it is. Y'all, mind you, I wrote this poem like, 4 years ago? And he hadn't heard it until last month when we did a poetry show back in my hometown. So this is only the second time it's touched the stage.
Okay. All right, new shit.
Almost new shit.
It's new to us. New shit.
And it's short, so here we go, y'all. I've never done this before. And I can't help that I'm this attracted to you. I never had to shoot my shot, always been net, so imagine how I felt when I had to step up to the free throw line for the first time. My palms are sweaty. Knees is weak, arms are heavy. As I racked my mind for the perfect thing to say, and I figured I start with, hi, my name is. But I didn't want to sound like some shady, so maybe I start up with a corny pickup line or joke to introduce myself, see. I joke around when I'm nervous. And I really hope you don't curve this shot with a block, or that I miss this shot and hit the backboard, having to catch my own rebound. So I rehearsed my approach. My name is Miss J. But you can call me D-Rose, because you got me weak in the knees. Nah, I'll scratch that. That's too corny. And I would say, baby, I want you to handle me like you handled that ball, but that would make me sound too horny. So maybe I should say, you must play center. Because I want you to be the center of my attention, but that would make me sound too clingy, and I'm running out of things I could say, so maybe I should continue to ride the bench and watch you from the sidelines.
They asked, who am I?
Who are you?
I'm the manifestation when opportunity and patience meets preparation. I'm the moment that the heart was racing and the mind started processing the situation and the body decided to take action. I'm that verb. I'm that verb that became the subject of your conversation. When they spoke of growth in this nation, they wrote articles of me and sentences in paragraph 3 explaining how I changed the trajectory of the future while making history. See, I'm that promise. I'm that promise that our ancestors made as they lie in view from the grave to watch these fruits that they labeled and made. I'm an apple from a different tree. And I was taught not to be dumb, but to think free. So my freedom belongs to me. And I'm like that tree that's planted by the water, and I shall not be moved. I steadfast in my mission because my goals impregnated my mind with a vision that gave birth to this life that I'm now living. You see, I'm an example.
Come on.
I'm an example of how you can be given little but create ample. I'm an example of how they can tell you that you're as small as a mustard seed, but you still can grow to create waves that run as deep as the blue sea. See, I'm a jewel. A black diamond that was merely a piece of carbon that was put under pressure and decided to pass up the free throw to get to my goal. I'm that win that came from a bunch of losses. I'm that CEO that came from a line of workers who had aspirations of being bosses. I'm that thought that became an action that became a first step, that first step that became a run that became a marathon that continues to run.
Come on, man. Sir.
Simply put, I am that chance that was taken. And I'm the epitome of black excellence in an overtly racist nation.
Wow.
How y'all doing tonight?
Yeah.
My name, let me raise this up just so y'all can hear me even better. My name is Glenjamin the Great. I hail from Idabel, Oklahoma. I am a proud graduate of Langston University. I'm the owner of Nacho Cheesecake. I am the host of Rhythm and Poetry. And I'm married to that fine thing sitting right yonder there. Major shout out to your host, Mr. Black Soul. I'm a major fan of him and his work and all that he's doing, and especially in the poetic community, because I feel like all of us should utilize and use our voices, right? Especially in a time like now where they're trying to silence our voice and tell you that you can only say and speak on whatever it is that they agree with.
Wow.
This is why they need things like this. This is why we always need to exercise our voice, whether it's on the microphone, whether it's in your community, whether it's in your classroom, whether it's at your town hall meetings, wherever it is. We are the people. This is where the power lies, with us.
Come on now.
We have the power to change things, but we have to exercise that. This is the only way that we make change. I created that poem because I feel like I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. Everything that I'm doing is things that they wish that they could do. But they sacrificed it all so I could have the opportunity to do so. And I feel like I would be remiss not to say thank you. And I feel like I would be remiss not to leave it better than I found it. Right? So this is why I always like to start all my sets with that poem right there. Just to remind all of us that we are fruits of our ancestors' labor. And we all have a responsibility to leave this world better than we came into it. So if you're not doing that right now, today is a great day to be your first day. You hear me? Today is a great day to be your first day to invoke change. You can ask my wife, I was going back and forth with, what should I say tonight? What should I do? And she said, do what you always do. And I said, you know what? You right, baby. And that's why I encourage all you men to find you a good woman. Or let a good woman find you, and you be prepared to take her all the way up to the moon and back. Because she reassured me that no matter what I get up here and say today, is what I was supposed to say.
That's right.
Right? Plus, I feel like navigating this world in blackness anyway is already like poetry in motion. You know, because it's a way that you have to move in the United States of A. This become pretty interesting to me, and I talk to my son and my kids about it often. My son, he's currently a junior now at Langston University, and he's getting ready to graduate as well. And he's very curious because now that he's getting older, he's starting to see the world really for what it is now. Now that he's traveling, now that he's getting to see different places, now that he's getting to see all the stuff that's unfolding on the news, he has a ton of questions. So it's my opportunity to teach the same way that my grandmother taught me. So we're gonna dive into this next one. But as Black Soul said, man, I don't do the this right here. If you feel it, give me that damn energy. Clap, shout, stand up. I would say throw your wine, but they said take care of the building now. I don't want to be responsible. Cause we got a couple hour drive back. We don't need to be staying back up when y'all clean up and whatnot. All right, but here's this next piece. Y'all bear with me. If I was a poem, my words would be like the waters at high tide, mentally elevating the vessel that you call a mind until your thoughts set sail and your dreams are locked in like jail and your brain cells are open and set free after each sentence is complete. If I was a poem, my words would be more appetizing than an appetite fit to feed an appetite to reach higher. They'll be fresh as freshly ordered hors d'oeuvres ordered to serve in servitude, the type of food that'll change your mood, your point of view, and your mental fortitude. They'll be fresh as fruit off the tree with untainted goodness that'll make you say good shit like a laxative just hitting you was sitting at home on your porcelain throne, listening on your phone trying to digest this shit all alone. If I was a poem, I would be the fuel that was injected into an engine that was invented to interject into any injustice until we realized that it's just us and that justice was just a bus that they never meant for us to ride on the back of. If I was a poem, my words would be like a car lot, and my words would be the cars that's parked in the parking spot, so there'll be many different vehicles that you could choose to get you to where you're going to, and the style that you use will be up to you, just depending on how much credit you feel like you're indebted to. If I was a poem, I would be magical like musicians and mages in different stages of your life until it's time to exit stage right. I'll be executed like a role played by Denzel with the intellect of Malcolm X and the persistence of John Q, so my hypervigilance could equalize you. If I was a poem, I'd be strong as black woman be with black man, strong as black balled up hand, strong as grandmama's mama that slaved in those fields summer after summer to show you what it felt like to be filled with love, although it was something that she was deprived of. If I was a poem, I'd be unwavering like my faith. I would go like the opposite of weight. I would be loved like the opposite of hate until the weight of my accomplishments hold me down like gravity through any weather until I'm floating as light as a feather. If I was a poem, I would be poetically embedded into that fabric that was fabricated on all the smiles that formulated on black men's face, although they was faced with years of hate just because of their race, and they still found the light to go out and create. If I was a poem, I would truly probably still be me, because being black in America, it's already poetry. I realized matriculating through life that being a what they consider an educated black man is to exist sometimes in a life that's filled with rage, because you know better and you know what you deserve and you still can't get it. You still yet to receive it, because we're living in a world today that still doesn't see you as an equal.
Right.
You know, so it's crazy navigating that while trying to stay positive when it's systems in place that are not designed for you and don't help you. So facing that reality makes you move and feel a little different. Right? But I do want you to know that still doesn't change the culture. We still are who we are, and we should celebrate every piece of who we are.
That's right.
You know, because truly without us, black people, and without all of us, every single soul in this room, no matter what the race is, America wouldn't be what it is today. Right? And we all need each other. I don't care what anyone tells you. We collectively all need one another, because we all contribute different things to make up what we call the American lifestyle, right? So this poem was kind of orchestrated off of that. It was also a challenge, but it was orchestrated off of that because sometimes we live in this world that'll try to tell you that you're less than what you are. And if you don't have strong resolve or people that's pumping life into you, you can start to believe stuff like that. It can really beat you down and put you in a messed up position. So this is where this poem come from, because every soul in this room is dope. And don't ever allow anyone to make you dim your light or your dopeness to make them feel comfortable. All right? So this is this piece right here. And y'all slow me down if I'm going too fast, because I got 100 million poems and I say all of them up tonight. We're so dope that when we spoke, they snatched our words out the air so they can break them down, to roll it up and smoke, to experience the same high as our throats, as our voice boxes vibrated and created every note. We're like designer drugs. Designed by the most high up above to create feelings of love that combat those opposite of. So your soul finds peace beneath your skin like the wind underneath the wings of a dove. See, we're doper than cooked crack.
Wow.
Because that high is only temporary, and our high is extraordinary, and it lasts from January to January with intense love and intentional blackness like February. Our dopeness is legendary. We're like Kush. We're that burning bush, and we're speaking to you like Moses so you don't mosey through life not knowing what this dopeness is like. See, we're dope like poetry at ice on a Wednesday night with a stage and a mic and the light going through my mind, trying to figure out which line to recite to put you on this proverbial flight. Simply put, we're like controlled substances. With substance that can't be substituted or polluted by people trying to throw shade on our movement. We Nike shoe it. We just do it. And we get the check. See, we're dope like black fathers leading their black sons and setting the example for their black daughters, so when they grow, they don't just thirst for any type of water. See, we're dope like HBCUs playing their rival school as you swag surf shoulder to shoulder with a stranger while the band plays the tune. See, we're dope like black soul behind the pen. We're dope like sunshine in front of the lens. See, we're dope like everybody in this room when you release your dopeness from within. I say all that to say to you, don't ever let anyone stop you from being the dopest you. That's a piece. One of the things about artistry that it really allows you to connect with your audience is being vulnerable, right? And talking about the things that some people are afraid to talk about, like our own personal journeys. Just like Miss J. You know, she got up here and talked about that. This is how the audience can really connect, because it lets you know that you're not alone in your struggles. And sometimes it just takes to hearing that to give you just that much motivation to make it to the next day. And then the next day. And then pretty soon you look up and see that you wanted to end it, but here you are, still going, still pushing, still holding on to this life, and you go from surviving to actually thriving. So this next section, I want to get a little personal with you guys. Is that okay? That's all right? That's all right? Because sometimes you have to go through some stuff to get to where you're going to. You've ever heard that before? Yeah. I know she had, because we talked about church, and that's what them church folks tell you. Sometimes you got to go through something to get to where you're going, you know? And as they say, you got to keep on keeping on. You got to keep on keeping on. So, I'm extremely blessed to have this woman in my life. Because I went through a time where I lost someone very close to me. And then within that year, I lost a sister, then I lost a brother. And I lost so much that I felt like, damn, what else can the world take from me? You know, and while I was going through that phase, I was dealing with all these different emotions and things, and I was trying to figure out how to deal with this hurt, this overwhelming sadness. And it had me doing some things that I wasn't proud of. And it made me realize that my actions were leaking over to others, and it was damaging their lives as well. So I really had to pull myself back and spend some time with myself and allow myself to heal so I didn't push damage on other people and they push damage on other people, if that makes sense to you. So this is where this piece comes from. This piece is an extremely personal piece, and it's actually called My Piece. Ain't that some shit? They said, well, that's a creative name, I guess. It's my piece, right? So here's this piece, y'all bear with me. I was trying to find my peace with my piece in between her legs. Caught in my thoughts, I thought I could ease my mind while receiving head, but was left feeling as empty as that bed as she fled and said those words that she said. So I began walking to my vehicle, trying to examine my mental state and insecurity, feeling as if I'm drowning in a sea of promiscuity as she physically and hypothetically started pursuing me. She finally caught up to me. And then she grabbed me by my hands. And as she peered into the windows of my soul, trying to understand these negative, immature thoughts and warm this aging heart that had grown cold, she herself began to lose control. You see, she was yearning to fill that void that I left voided. Thinking about those times impregnated her mind with positive thoughts just for the reality of the situation to come in and avoid it, leaving her mental state contorted. Then she, trying to wrap her brain around the pain from the shame, slowly became me and began to do the same. You see, she was trying to find her peace with his peace in between her legs. Caught in her thoughts, she thought that she could ease her mind while receiving head, but was left feeling as empty as that bed as he fled and said those words that he said. So one night stands became two. And two became a few until it cramped her vision and obstructed her view when she stumbled upon the mirror and did recognize that reflection reflected back at her or who it belonged to. You see, now she was damaged. But shit, I was damaged too. And that damage that I received, I passed it on to her, so now she's more likely to pass it on to you. You see, these bad decisions by the broken heart and damaged mind could lead to a lot of confusion. And that confusion can lead you to the illusion that you're not worth it, so you begin to indulge in sex for other reasons other than its intended purpose. We just lust. Lust, leaving behind a trail of broken hearts, all because our hearts was once a part of a broken trail, searching for love but catching hell, drowning in the ocean of emotion. We let our hearts set sail so we can protect ourselves. You see, I realized that I had given up just as she had given in. She was traveling down this one way while I was already trapped at a dead end. That's when the reality started to set in. You see, you can't begin to accept the gifts of the present if your hands are too filled with the bags of your troubled past.
Sir?
You must learn to love, forgive yourself, and let go so you can grow. So we don't perpetuate the same cycles anymore. So before you try to build, allow yourself to heal, so you can fortify a foundation in your relations based on something that is real. And as always, don't give up on love, lover. Learn to love yourself better before you love another. And watch how fast you and love will become one another. And as always, let love guide you and let love keep you. And all evil stay beneath you. And on this journey to find love in life, I truly hope it is your life that you learn to love. It's one piece. So I say to anybody that's on that journey right now, that's single and hoping to find love, the path to true love starts from within. You truly have to learn to love yourself, flaws and all, and then, only then will you be able to accept someone else the same way. A lot of times we go searching out for what we should first find within, and that's love. I have friends, I've told them this over and over again because my grandma instilled this in me. You will never find true love if you don't truly love yourself.
Wow.
So allow yourself to heal, then you can build. All right? Until then, you will build something on shaky foundation, and the first sign of adversity, your stuff will come tumbling down. Just like the three little pigs analogy, right? Right? The big bad wolves is all the problems that you potentially will face.
Yeah.
And if you don't fortify your foundation with love and trust and honesty and all this stuff, then it's gonna crumble, right? And if you don't have that in your repertoire, then it's impossible for you to give when you're building with somebody else. You got this thing built, but you're missing this one thing, and they could very well be the collapse. But on the flip side of that, when you do spend time with yourself and you really allow yourself to heal, then when true love walks into your life, you have the ability to embrace it. You have the ability to hold on to it. It's just like people that's praying for these blessings, and when you're blessed with this blessing, you didn't do what you were supposed to do to hold on to it.
Come on, sir.
So I put in the work, as they say. I worked on me. I took the time out, I got myself right. And the Lord shined this light right on this lady right here. She walked into my life. So this next piece right here is dedicated to my sunshine. All right. The beauty in the brain existing in the same frame like a sweet beat with lyrics that are coherent to my spirit. I get heart palpitations just from your salutation that make these arms yearn for your embracements. You see, it is you. It's you who stimulates my senses. Because when I hear your name, my eardrum beats a cadence, and your fragrance is so amazing I could taste it. Plus, the sight of you in my vision causes my thoughts to have collisions, because every 60 seconds I'm in that minute, I'm your tenant, housed in your aura of flawed perfection. You see, it was you and your strong will that willed me strongly in this world that steered me wrongly, searching for that feeling that could only be provided by the one. You're the strength that strengthened my weakness. With meekness, I submit to you, because you sprung me forward when the heat from the summer tried to get me to fall into a cold winter. My rhyme, my reason, these seasons seem to fly by with you as I fly high with you, dwelling in the sky with you in an altitude that only the stars can view together. Baby, together we create light. I mean, you're that breath I breathe when I breathe the breath of life. You're as cold as fire and as hot as ice. My icy hot providing me relief when the stress from everyday life is on my back, backing me backwards, trying to get me to reverse and revert back to that thirst that I once tried to quench with the waters of Lake Thought. I mean, if you were a drink, I would pour you up and take shots, and I would stand just so I could fall again, because I know if I stay down with you, the only way we could go is up. And as our souls unite and prepare to take flight, we'll travel to joy, and when we land, we'll become tourists, and we'll tour happiness, we'll sightsee accountability, we'll visit security, and at the end of the day, in love's hotel is where we'll lay. I mean, you move me like the wind moves the leaves on the trees. You soothe me like a winter breeze on a summer's eve. You taught me that we could be and never leave as long as I believe we could survive off of each other's energy. I realized that just being in your presence is a gift. So I like to capitalize on every moment, because you make my heart shift. And it's only right that you're the type I give the keys to board my heart daily and drive me crazy, because you're my baby. Baby. You're the clarification that provides me clarity with sincerity. My one, my baby, my true love, my sunshine. If you haven't already, I pray that everyone finds the type of love that they could be proud of. And it's nothing like doing life with somebody that you enjoy doing life with. Because I can be goofy. And somebody that accept me for all my anime shows, because I just love anime. I'm sorry. I love anime to death. And she don't judge me. She'll pass me a cold beer. She'll just leave me be. And she even go to the movie and watch the movies with me when they had a big drop. She don't know what the hell is going on. She just in there eating popcorn and Twizzlers. Like, hey, I don't know what the hell happened, but it looked cool. I don't know who drew that, but the illustration is off the chain. And I'm very appreciative of that. You know, because I know a lot of people that long for that, and I'm certainly hoping that it's something that they get to receive and get to have in their lifetime, because it definitely changes your life and make you look at life a whole lot different. Yeah.
A whole lot different. With that being said, shoot, I'm getting ready to get out your hair. I don't want to bore y'all.
Come on.
Y'all want some more? Cause I got.
Come on. One more.
Okay, cause I got more. I'm up here like I was talking to her. I was like, well, you don't think that's too many?
One more.
I told you to listen to Sunshine.
Good, cause you know what? When I'm excited, boy, I'll be y'all. They'll be in the back with the little light, like, all right now, come on.
Okay, let's get fast.
Yeah, that's it. The Sandman from Apollo out here. All right now, you didn't. Don't make us boo you off, sir.
He don't have a hood.
One more.
One more.
Okay. Oh man, I got so many. I don't know
Oh, come on.
where I would like
Maybe that.
to go with this one. Cause I told her I actually had an erotic one, and I was looking around like, oh, I don't know if they want to hear that type of poetry.
We open up.
Well, I am. The rest of them ain't.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I don't want nobody walking out like, he was just nasty and just. I didn't come out for this. I gotta go to work tomorrow with this on my mind. This was yeah. Alright, I didn't want you in your group chats or on your phone. Yeah, girl, this man was up there talking about.
We've heard it all before.
Okay, well, good then. Because I was actually going to lead with that one before I did my piece. Because it talks about lusting a lot and how that could lead you into situations like that, you know? Because when you really lusting and you share that type of passion with someone, especially a woman, because women are very passionate beings. And you share that type of love, it's you have to expect that they're going to want more. After, right? You gotta expect that they're gonna want more, and I realized that that's where that my piece came from. But y'all bear with me. I'm gonna do this one. Don't y'all be judging me on your car ride home now, okay?
We gonna judge you.
When you judge, I hope you'll. Alright, don't be like that now. Your check engine light gonna come on. You said you wasn't gonna judge. Now we got car trouble. Yes.
Then we had to call you for money.
Right. Get your alternator changed since you already judging. Look at you, need a new fuel pump. All right, we're going to do this one. How many Libras we got in the building anyway? I should have knew you was. I should have known it.
So sad. Yeah.
All right, this may or may not be a true story. All right, that's all I'm going to say. So I got inebriated with a Libra.
Yes.
Our thoughts was running wild like a lion chasing a zebra, so I figured to gain my stripes till I had to eat her. So I began to lay soft kisses on her neck. And she slowly exposed her breast. She grabbed me between my legs and said, what you gonna do with all that? I said, you know you done messed up, right? I mean, I'm no plumber, but I lay that pipe, make your legs shake like stage fright, Mr. American Airlines. Now, you sure you want to take this flight? She said, flight? All right. Well, I guess that means you got to check my bags. She opened it up, revealed chains, whips, and the mask, put on the mask, and tossed me the whip and said, you're going to have to whoop my ass because I'm about to act bad. She grabbed my hands and put it between her legs and said, feel this. I need a bad boy like Will Smith, real shit. I said, well, call me Mike Lowry. I'm going to go to work in your shit like you paying me a salary. I mean, I'm going to work you out like you trying to burn calories. I'm going to give you that second by second, that minute by minute. If you want that love me long time, I'm going to go to work hourly. But I said enough of all this talking as I made my way down her abdomen with a kiss. Let my tongue break dance on the surface of her clit. Working my fingers in and out of that slit as the lips between her hips began to drip. She grabbed my hand and gave it a lick. Ooh, that's a nasty bit. So I'm licking and sucking as I commence to eat. Her toes curling on her feet while one hand scratches my back and the other grips the sheet. And I'm figuring she doing all this and I ain't even gave her the meat. But right now I'm hard as concrete and I'm ready to beat. So I hopped up, dropped draws, showed her my thing as I exposed my balls. She was surprised to see I was packing like U-Haul, stick standing tall like Shaq in a public restroom stall, and she marveled at all. Oh, this little man is packing. So she looked me in my eyes and said, I gotta taste it.
Time to take advantage of this opportunistic situation that she was facing. Y'all, she went down on me like a basement. She put two hands on my, I ain't gonna say the word. Hit my shit with the twist. Tried to suck my soul through the hole that I took a piss. I had to beg her to quit because I was about to come too damn quick. Wait. Stop. It's about to end early. What are you doing? So, I was trying to give her the type of erection that'll make her legs lock up like the Department of Corrections.
Wow.
So I took her to her sectional and gave it to her to a certain section that made her put her religion in question. She was like, God, it's me again. I know I said I would get done with my hoish ways, but the way he just, So I had her face down with her ass up, and I was digging and digging, hitting her spot with precision until she had double vision. I'm talking about making her ass clap like two hands had a collision. It was quite the sight. I navigated her waters like the Navy until she wanted to see my semen. I was choking her. She was screaming. I started stroking her. She started screaming. I delivered this fire stick in HD until her vagina slowly started streaming. We made a movie, y'all. I made her legs shake and bake like Ricky Bobby, and she came first and I came last, and it was Friday, so I knocked that thing out like Craig did Debo's ass in that grass. I gave her some NyQuil dick.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
The type that put you to sleep in the sheets. I had to notify the police because I thought I killed it. But I let her rest in peace. And when the sun rise, so did she. And I told her that I appreciated her contribution. And she said, what are we? I said, what you mean? And that's what led to my peace. That's the true story. That's exactly what led to my peace poem. And I realized, but I appreciate y'all so much. Yes, for giving me y'all time tonight. But I do want to say to Black Soul, man, I thoroughly appreciate what you're doing. I thoroughly appreciated the invite. Please don't ever stop blessing the microphone. You're one of those ones. When I'm talking about poets that I know, when people call me and ask, do I know people? You're one of those names that I always suggest because I know the quality in which you're going to bring to the stage. Because you got a lot of people out there that say, I'm a poet. But when you talk about the real work, the real dedication to the artistry, really giving the crowd a show, really being vulnerable, it's not a lot of people that truly embodies that. And you know, I know, because I've been hosting it for like 13 years now. We started Dope Poetry and we went to Rhythm and Poetry. So if you guys are ever in Oklahoma City, please come see us at Rhythm and Poetry. We're at Roost Creole Kitchen. And it's beautiful. The crowd is diverse like this. It's we're in a much bigger building. There's a whole lot more folks. We always encourage everyone to come get on the microphone because we don't have features for Rhythm and Poetry. We have 15 slots, and we want you to come give us all you got. And those same people that hit those lists consistently, when I travel out of town, when I do shows, and when people ask, I call on them, you know. And he always comes and show love. I try not to harass him when he come in the building, and I'm like, you don't get on the mic. Or if I see him and I get this certain energy because I know how it feels. Sometimes you just want to come support, you know. And so I don't harass him. So again, thank you so much, Wichita.
while back.
Yeah.
You were playing at Walker's, I think. I don't know if it was that.
It
I've
was
seen
Walker's.
You, and I've seen you in a couple other venues too. But,
Yeah, Morris.
yeah, I have. Anyway, I really like you're so smooth and so sweet. That's nice.
Thank you, young man.
Yeah, I'm not